The sound is down. ASMR Tingle Pink, how are you? Please let me know how you are before I tell you about the dream I had about us all. Tell me how you are. How's things? I'm going to open my lemonade. You're doing okay. I've been thinking about you a lot. I just can't wait until you're back over in the USA. I just can't wait. Sky, good morning, good morning. You've been packing. God, you know, that is stressful in itself, ASMR Tingle Pink. Victoria, good morning. That's one of the most stressful things in itself is packing up and moving. Never mind everything else that you're going through. You know, I'm always here if you need to talk or anything like that. I'm always about. Your stress level must be through the roof. ASMR Tingle Pink, must be. But I'm going to tell you my dream. I dreamt about you about 10-15 minutes ago. I didn't mean to fall asleep. I was just lying here like watching something and I fell asleep, right? And I dreamt that I was driving through to Glasgow city centre, right? You were with me. I was driving through Glasgow city centre, but I wasn't driving in a car. I was in a bathtub. I was in a bathtub that had a window that I could see out of. And that was my, Jenny, good morning, that was my vehicle to drive. So there I was driving through to Glasgow in my bathtub. And we get to Glasgow and I met my granny. You know how I told you that I always dream about my granny that's died a long time ago, but I always have dreams about her. She was in the dream and I was like, oh God, Granny Bet, hello Granny Bet and everything like that. And we were on a bridge in the middle of Glasgow and I thought, do you know what, I'll need to show yous the River Clyde and things like that. So I'm looking at, you know how I've usually got my phone views on it and I'm going to something different. It was a remote control for the TV that you were, and I'm looking at it, I'm going, and I'm saying, I can't see yous for some reason. I can't see yous. And I was going, I hope yous can see me. It was like a remote control. And I'm going like that and I'm showing yous the River Clyde and everything like this. And then I got back into my car bath. Got back into my car bath and my granny came over and she said to me, I'm making stew today. And I says to her, you'll make the proper stew, the way that people used to make stew in the past, like the proper stew. And at that, I woke up. What the hell? I mean, the bathtub, the bathtub car. What is that about? And then whenever I couldn't see yous, I was an arsehole and was using a remote control for the TV to talk to yous. Yous missed the River Clyde. I see my dreams and brain sometimes. I'm like, what does, and then you did that. I often tell myself, I wonder what that means. It probably no good. It probably means no good. But there you are, I'm going to just look different. Remote control. I usually talk to you and I'm holding it up anyway and showing you the River Clyde. Astro Lady, good morning. Maybe it means something like that. I don't know. It's just weird because I was driving as well while I was in the bathtub car and I was finding it difficult, as you would. I can't even remember what my steering wheel was or if my steering wheel was attached to anything, right? But I just know I was driving in this bathtub and I'm trying to see out the window where I'm going like that, and I was driving badly. I remember I couldn't quite find my way like that. Crazy. But it was nice for my wee granny to pop in, because she pops into a lot of my dreams, my granny. But usually I get a chance to tell her that I love her, and she tells me that she loves me. But it was all about stew today. It was all about that she was making this big pot of stew. For God's sake. And I'm going, aye, the stew that people used to make in the past. Proper stew. Anyway, there you are. I was dreaming about you. I don't know how much you've actually seen in the River Clyde in the centre of Glasgow. No much, I'm presuming. He's never saw much in the dream. And I can't even remember having these on my dash. In fact, I never had a dashboard because we were in the bath. You know how usually I take these away. I must be thinking about taking these. This Friday we're going out again to my meetings. My meetings start up on Friday. My astronomy starts on Friday. So I must be thinking about good. I'll be able to take you in the car and we'll go out on our Friday night drives. Maybe that's where that was. But sitting in a bathtub, I have no idea why that happened. Looking out a window like that. I tell you, it wouldn't be a safe form of travel, that, wouldn't it? No. That'd be quite a dangerous. See if the police would have saw me in my dream. Listen, see if it was Officer Bob in my dream. That would have been a bonus. My granny and Officer Bob. I'd need to tell my granny to go away. I love you, granny, and stuff, but this is serious now. Sky, I know. I might take the remote control out and put my dashboard. That's weird, that. I remember looking at it and going, something funny about that. I usually do, and I'm going, I can't see yous. I can't see yous. And I was like, I hope yous can see me though. I hope yous can. And I'm turning the remote control round like that to show yous Glasgow city centre. And I'm going, and there's the River Clyde. And honest to God. But that was out of the blue. I mean, I didn't even intend to fall asleep. But I've just been knackered. I've just been absolutely shattered. And I've just fell asleep for a couple hours. Yes, Mark Tingle Pink, okay. We're always here. If you need us, please contact me if you need me. Oh, my poor ASMR Tingle Pink. I wish there was more I could do to help. It's a terrible situation. And you know yourself, like, moving house and packing and stuff, that's up there. That's like, there's a few things that's the most stressful things. Getting married is one of them. And moving house is another. Listen, see when I got married, I was 19 when I got married, and it was amazing that we did get married because, see, like 6 months leading up to the wedding, all we did was fight about the wedding. It was all craziness. It's amazing people get married. It's as stressful as hell. Really stressful. I mean, I don't know if I've ever told you this story, right, but there you are, I'm telling you it now. I slept with these, I dreamt about these last night, so, well, 10 minutes ago, so. Leading up to my wedding, as I say, I was only 19, right? And my mum, I don't think, was happy because I was too young. I got engaged at 17. But I worked with the making golf clubs, and I made a good wage, so I did. And I loved that job so much. But I was Mizuno. I loved working with Mizuno. And leading up to the wedding, I wanted my dream wedding dress, as every bride does, right? You want your dream wedding dress. And I was a wee thin thing. I was only 7.5 stone, right? I was only a wee tiny thing. And anyway, I goes into the House of Frasers. That's like one of the like expensive shops, you know what I mean? The House of Frasers. So I went in there for my wedding dress, and we went to the wedding section. And on a mannequin was my dress, and it was like tight at the top, and then it came out like a big Cinderella dress like that. And it had a bit of the front that was like lace and all sparkles all round it like this. It was beautiful. It's all sparkles here. And here was roses. I had roses all over there like that. And I've got the crown that had the same kind of roses, and a beautiful veil that had pearl drops at the end. Just beautiful. So I bought it, right? I bought it. And I took home the magazine. The magazine was beautiful. I took home the magazine, and my mum wasn't in when I went home. And I had wrote, you know how back in the day when there was no internet or anything like that, you had just a bit of paper and you'd be like, I'll be back in 5 minutes, or my mum would have tidied the house on bits of paper. Well, on this I had got my wedding dress as page 24 or something like that. I'll see you when I get home. Linda, right? And then I went down to my ex-husband's house. Sitting in my ex-husband's house, the phone goes, and his mum answered, here she's here, Linda, is your mum on the phone, right? So I'm in the middle of my ex-husband's house, which was always mobbed with people. They had a big family, so there was a lot of people all about. I went, hello, mum. I thought she was going to go, your dress is beautiful. Don't you even, you get your head out the sand right now. Get your head out the sand. You're not getting that dress. Do you hear me? Look at the price here. It was £500 and that was back in 1991. It was a lot of money. But I paid for it. Do you know what I mean? I saved up my money and paid for my dream dress. Didn't ask my mum and dad to do it. Don't you dare. She was giving it to me on the phone. And I ended up, but I burst out crying on the phone, listening to my mum, and just put the phone down and ran into the toilet. And I was in the toilet and I was breaking my heart. And my mother-in-law, who I loved, came and tapped the door and she went, are you okay in it? I said, I'm not okay. And she came in and she cuddled me and she went, listen, hen, she says, you're going to need to go down and confront your mother. Catherine, hello, good morning to you. You're going to need to go down and confront your mother and tell her that that wasn't right, her doing that, phoning you here and giving that to you, making you upset after a great day. Because I had a brilliant day, do you know what I mean, with my bridesmaids. We had a good day in the town and all that. And it was the very first, Green Rose, good morning, my gorgeous Green Rose. It was the very first time I ever answered my mum back, kind of thing. And I thought, right, I'm going to need to do this. And I went down to my mum and dad's house, and I went in, and I said, that was a disgrace what you've done to me. I says, I had a brilliant day. I says, and then I went, I bought my wedding dress with my money, and you phoned me down at my ex-husband's house. It was ridiculous. I'm so ashamed of you. And my mum said something to me, and I told her to F off. Truth. And then I stormed out the house, stormed out, breaking my heart. And then me and the ex-husband went to drive somewhere and we were sitting and I was just crying my eyes out thinking about it all. And I thought, I'm going to get kicked out of the house. But my ex-mother-in-law, she'd said, see if you get kicked out, there's a room here that you can stay in. So I knew I wouldn't be like kicked out in the street. So I think that gave me a wee bit of a backbone to answer my mum back. And then later on, it was late at night, about 11 o'clock, I went home. And when I woke up the next day, my mum said nothing about it. She never spoke about it again. She never spoke about it again. Yeah, she did. But that was, see, my mum was quite controlling, like, that way, do you know what I mean? That what she said I would do, and I never had a backbone. I couldn't say no, you know what I mean? I'd done everything that they asked me to do. But there you are, that was the story of my wedding dress. A horrible story, I must admit. Sorry for bringing these down, but there you are. That happened. Yeah, weddings can be... See, and I can understand my mum would have been thinking I'm too young to get married and all the rest of it. But it was my money. I bought my wedding dress. I saved up for months and bought that wedding dress. It was the one thing that I wanted was a beautiful wedding dress. And yeah, I got it. I bought it myself. I never asked them for it, but she thought she was raging. She might have had a wee drink. My mum was partial to a wee drink back in the days. So but that was terrible, her doing that in front of everybody. I was dead embarrassed. She was really giving it to me down the phone. Don't you dare. Oh, for God's sake. And I'm thinking, I'm going to be a married woman and I've got my mum talking to me like this. But it is a very stressful thing getting married. And moving is a very, very stressful thing as well. And poor is my tingle pink's getting off her plate. I wish I could be there just to help her, like, pack up her stuff and things. Yeah, green rose. Mine's was beautiful. Mine's, and God knows what happened to it because I've not got it anymore, and I didn't intend to throw it out when I moved house. See, when I moved house, I had the box, and I had tapes and stuff of the kids growing up. God knows what happened to that. Somebody's obviously binned it all. But I had my beautiful dress still in the box that it came in the wedding box, and I had tapes of the kids growing up in it, and God knows where that went. That just disappeared off the face of the earth. I do have pictures of it. I'll need to find a picture of it, right? See, the next time I'll need to look out a picture to show you it. Um, but aye, it was a lovely dress. It was huge. It came out really really big like that, and it was tight here, and it had nice boobies at the time. Do you know what I mean? And it was all sequins. The bodice was all sequins and pearls and white roses all up here like that. It was beautiful. It was absolutely. It was my dream dress. That's what it was. It was my dream dress. I couldn't wait to wear it and show everybody. It was gorgeous. But it was unfortunate that my mum done that. She just did she used to do that. She had a sharp tongue, my mother, I tell you. See, when you were in trouble, you were in bloody trouble, you'd be hiding. I'd be hiding in my bedroom. But it was I remember that it was £500, and that was back in 1991. So that was like a lot of money. When we bought our first house, it wasn't really a house. It was up and down stairs, but it was like a flat. It was a flat, right? You went in the flat and you were upstairs. And when you went straight over, the kitchen was there, and there was a bedroom. And then you went down the stairs to a living room, 2 bedrooms. The toilet was up the stairs as well. So it was up and downstairs, but it was a flat. And it was 19,500. That's how much it was for a 3-bedroom flat. That was, I don't know what you call them, but it was like it had stairs and that, up and down stairs and that. 19,500 it was. See, you think it nowadays, my God. Yes, Catherine. I used to stay in I used to stay in a place called Easter House. That was like that. See now, Easter House is probably better than where I am just now. But back in the day, that Easter House had a bad name, a bad reputation, and I stayed right on the Edinburgh Road. And on the Edinburgh Road every Friday and Saturday night, there used to be gang fights. Because, nobody had anything else to do with their time. And it would be Easter House against a scheme called Ballanark. And they used to meet on the Edinburgh Road. It'd be like a scene out of bloody Braveheart. You'd have all these people on one side and all these people on the other. And they just used to clash together like that on Friday and Saturday nights. And there was umpteen gangs, and I think the gang my brother was going to have to go in, it was called the Toy. That was the name of the toy, but it wasn't like a fun toy. It was like a gang toy. That was the name of it. I think that was the gang that he was going to have to go in. And I remember my mum and dad wanted to get away from there, so they came out to where I am just now, which is just on the outskirts. And it wasn't. When we came out here and we seen cows and stuff like that, I was like, oh my God, we're like in the middle of the wilderness. Cows and sheep going about. What's that? A sheep? We couldn't get out of it. Oh, the grass and stuff. Oh my God, look at the place. Aye, but now it's probably a better scheme to be living in than where we are now, because see the now where I am, not necessarily at my house, but round about the town, folk are going nuts, getting injuries, let's just say, lots of them. You hear the Fridays and Saturdays, all you hear is like sirens, and you're like, God almighty, what's happening now? Something bad happened up at Amanda's at the weekend. Something really bad happened at Amanda's, right? Because Amanda's nosy like me. She sends me a thing saying, oh, yes, my tingle pink, good, I'm glad. So Amanda, Saturday, she says, oh, the police are up here. And I was like, oh, I wonder what the police are doing up here. But and then she said, uh-oh, there's an ambulance up here that had private ambulance on it. Right, that's the police's ambulance. Anybody that knows about the police, that's the police's ambulance. That means so there's been an unaliving. Right, so that happened, and then more police came up, more police were all up, and then the coroner comes up, and then somebody comes up with a tripod with a camera on it. Away they go into the place with a tripod. So something bad has happened up at Amanda's Way for the police and the tripod and all that. That doesn't happen normally. So something's went down up there. As I say, it's all the time. People haven't got enough to do. We used to have in our particular place quite a good wee nightlife. Do you know what I mean? For the like older, like teenagers and young adults and stuff. There used to be like there was a pub called the Reflections that was brilliant, and with a nightclub called Papa Doc's, and we had the Eagles. That was another kind of nightclub. We had a lot of wee nightclubs happening in the town, and young people had something to do at the weekend and enjoy. See now, there's none of that. I think they've all got to either go to like Falkirk or in middle of Glasgow now for a wee disco or whatever. There's nothing to do in our town centre. Our town centre has got more buckets to catch water coming in than it does shops. Yeah. More buckets than shops catching water. I know, stay positive. Green Rose is right, stay positive. I was saying, think about the end when Esmer Tingle-Pink is finally back over in the USA, and then she can start a brand new life and put all that crap behind her. Do you know, it's just, they've increased the prices of things way too much, and people are finding it hard to even just eat, never mind like have a nightlife. But that's why there's so much crime now, I think. I think there's so much crime and people go nuts because there's nothing to, especially the young teenagers, there's nothing to do, so they end up thinking about let's go and fight with different schemes and stuff like that. Yes, Tingle-Pink, we're with you. I hope you know that we're all with you. We're there with you. Yes. And Esmer Tingle-Pink's a very strong person, although she might not think it. She is. She's a very strong person for what she's been going through and stuff. But we're all there anyway. We're with you. So I don't know if I've got the wee fella tomorrow. I don't know about the rest of the week, but if I'm not here, that's where I am. I'll be watching the wee fella. I'll be watching him. I know, I love yous all so much, and I love how everybody rallies round to help each other. What an amazing group of friends yous are. They one are a dream of yous. There yous are. I try to put yous one of all my dreams. Fair enough, I was in a bathtub car and stuff. No, Sky, I have not heard from Em. I've not heard from my Em. And I worry about her. I'm sure I left her a message as well. And you do worry when you don't hear from people. That's how, see, when I was in the hospital, I was like, oh my God, somebody's going to need to tell my friends. I'm lying, dying with my collapsed lung going, Sophie, you're going to need to go and tell everybody. Right, guys, I'm going to go and get a wee sandwich or something like that. But that was some dream. That was some dream. I'm going to try and get back to the night and see what happens. But I love yous all so much, and I'm always here if yous need me. And I'm going to give yous a big, big kissy now. I'm going to go and play Animal Crossing. I love yous so much. Bye, everybody.